welcome you all back into another interesting tutorial. Thank you for joining me once again, and to my returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. In case you are new here, this is C Concept. You are most welcome into this great family. But kindly do me a massive favor if you have not done so by pressing on the red subscribe button down below, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell, because this will notify you whenever I upload new videos. In today's tutorial, I shall be showing you how to make this a lovely dress on your screen, and it's going to be an interesting one. Not much talk, let's move on to the working table. The materials needed in today's tutorial are bias binding to tighten up the neck. Main fabric, this is chiffon fabric. Altogether here I have 2.5 inches. By height is 60 inches and by width is 2.5 inches. And this satin here is for the patch. So without wasting much of our time, I will place it on fold. And to place it on fold, I will fold in the width first. Where you have this savage is the width, so I'll fold it into 2 equal parts because I'll be cutting out both front and the back piece. After folding it, I will now fold the length. After folding it, this is what I have. I have the front piece and the back piece together. This is it, and this is the folded edge. So the next thing is to place my sleeve length. Okay. And for this particular style, I'll be cutting it together with the shoulder, okay? So in that case, I'll be taking my sleeve length from the center back of my neck. This is it. Mine will be 16 inches. From this folded edge, I'll place 16 inches. From where the 16 inches stop, I'll go down by 2 inches for my shoulder slope. This is it. From this folded edge, I will mark in my neck width. My neck width for this tutorial will be 3.5 inches, while the neck depth will be 4 inches. So I'll go ahead and shape it out. The next thing is to connect the neck width to the 2 inches I went down with. The next thing is to place my round sleeve. My round sleeve for this tutorial is 18 inches. 18 divided by 2, that will be 9 inches. I will be adding 1.5 inches to it, half an inch to join this shoulder line, then 1 inch to join the armhole to the side seam, making 10.5. Okay, so from where the shoulder slope stop here, I will mark down 10.5. So to hem the sleeve, I will be adding 1 inch. Don't get confused, okay? I added extra 1 inch to the sleeve, okay? Remember, from the neck width, it was 16 inches plus 1 inch for allowance to hem the sleeve. That will be 17 inches. So this is it. Next thing is to place my vertical shoulder line here. I will mark my waistline. My waistline is 17 inches from the shoulder line plus half an inch, making 17.5. I will extend it. From my waistline, I will mark down my hip line. My hip line is 9 inches plus half an inch, making 9.5. The length of my dress for this tutorial is 40 inches plus 2 inches to hem the down part and to tighten it up, making 42 inches. From this shoulder line, I will mark down 42 inches. From the waistline, I will place the 1/4 of my waist circumference. The 1/4 of my waist circumference is 11 inches plus 1 inch for ease, because I will not be adding zipper to it. So I will add 1 inch, making 12 inches, plus 1 inch for allowance I added here, making 13 inches. On the hip line, I will place the 1/4 of my hip circumference, 13 inches, plus 1 inch for his, making 14, plus 1 inch for allowance, making 15 inches. From the round sleeve, I mean the one I mark with 16 before I added the allowance, I'll go in by 2 inches. This is it. Then I will connect it to the 1/4 of my waist circumference. Then take it to the hip line. On the hemline of my dress, I will place whatever I have on my hip line, which is 15 inches. Then I will take away 1 inch because I don't want the down part to be too wide. Okay, I'll place 14 inches on the hem of the dress. Then I'll connect it. I'll be adding pocket to this dress. In that case, I'll place my measuring tape from my shoulder line and measure down 18 inches. Normally, the pocket is between 17 and 18 inches, but I like taking it up to 18 inches. So here, just below the waistline, mark it. From where the 18 inches stop, I'll go down by 7 inches. This is it. So my pocket will be coming in from where the 18 inches stop to the 7 inches. Okay, I'll go ahead and cut it out. I'll be cutting the neckline first. Like I said, I'll be cutting the front piece and the back piece together. The down parts, I forgot when I was cutting it. For the dress not to look pointed like this, what I did from the side seam here, I went up by 2 inches. Then slant it to the midpoint of the dress. Okay, I cut off the 2 inches. Okay, so with this, the hem will be able to look round a bit. Okay, I will set it aside. To cut out the pocket, I will spread out 2 pieces of fabric on each other, then fold it again. Place it 4 pieces, 2 pieces of fabric on each side of the dress. Okay, so I'll place my hand like so, then take it, I will slant it like this, then measure out 7 inches. Exactly what I have on the dress. I'll cut it out. This is it. To cut out the patches, that is the circles, I'll be using this satin fabric. I will just use one as an illustration, then I'll cut the rest behind the camera. I will be cutting out the middle one. For this middle one, I will measure out 2 inches plus half an inch for allowance, making 2.5. Exactly same way we fold our full circle. Okay, this is it. I'll fold it into 2 equal parts, then fold it again. From this pointed edge, I'll measure in 2.5 inches, including allowance. So I'll take it round. I've finished measuring it. The next thing is to cut it out. So this is how it's going to look after cutting it. What I did after cutting it, I cut out another piece again. We have 2 circles now. So coming to the part where I stitch it, you have to do, you place your interfacing on the wrong side of one piece of the circle. Okay, this is the wrong side. Let me mark it. Okay, exactly same size, you place it on the wrong side. This is my interfacing, so you place the sticky part, you place it on the wrong side of the fabric, then iron it on. Okay, so after ironing it, you place it like this. That if you are using this method, then you take the second piece, the shiny part, you place it on the first one, right side facing each other. You place it, then stitch it round half an inch. You stitch it, then when you're about to finish it, you leave 1.5 inches. Exactly what I did here. If you can see, this is mine. I've done it. Okay, so when you are done, from the opening you left, you turn it inside out, then give it a good press again. Then you have something like this. Okay, However, if you don't want to use this method, another one is you place it like this, just one piece, then place your interfacing, wrong side facing each other, the sticky part facing the wrong side of the fabric, then iron it on. Okay, after ironing it, then you fold it in with your iron. But before you can do that, you notch it round. With this, you'll be able to fold it. Okay, so after notching it just a little bit, notch the edge of the circle, then you fold in half an inch or 1/4, and as you fold, you press it down with your iron, okay, until you achieve the circle. Then after folding it, you place it on your costume, then stitch it down round. You are done. Okay, but for this method now, I will close up the opening I left. After closing it, I'll place it on my fabric like this, then stitch it on the dress close to the edge, same color of I'll go ahead now and place the dress on my table while we place the patches. Before attaching the patches, I've joined the shoulder line, as you can see. So I stitch it up with my overlocking machine. Due to the nature of the fabric, is coming out in strand, as you can see. So if I leave it like this, it's going to affect the measurement. So that is why I tighten it up before I proceed. So later I will just run my machine, or I may just decide to leave it this way. So if you are joining yours, you join it with half an inch with your sewing machine. From the neckline, you join the shoulder line half an inch. Okay, same thing on the other side. When you are done, you take the front piece, fold it into 2 equal parts. After folding it into 2 equal parts, you give it a good press to form a crease, because this crease will serve as the guideline while placing the patches. Okay, but to place it, this is where creativity comes in. You may do same method, and you may decide not to do same method. So it depends. You can just form whatever shape you want. You can just form it like this, or you form it like this. You form it the way it is on the thumbnail. If you are doing the same thing on the thumbnail, all you have to do, you measure down from the neckline. Make sure you are in the middle where you form the crease. This is it. You measure down 3 inches. Then take the circle or patch, then fold it into 2 equal parts as well. Give it a good press. Where you have the crease, you place it on the center of the dress. Okay, center to center, you place it, pin it down. So the next 1 to 3 inches interval, you place it, you fold it, place it in the middle. The same thing, you place it in the middle. So when you are done, secure it with your pin, take it to the same machine and stitch it round. Like I said earlier on, same color of thread. Okay, so you take it close to the edge of the circle, you stitch it round. Same thing. Okay, so you do this before you join the side seam together. But for me, what I'll be doing, because I just like innovation, slant it close to my chest line, the first one, the next one, and the last one. So it's going to go like that. Okay, then I will stitch it. So if you are doing this, just give it 4 inches interval. Yeah, 4 inches. So from this neckline, you go down by your chest line. Okay, mine is 11. Sit and stitch it. Then after, I will place the back piece on the front piece, right side facing each other. So after joining the shoulder line with half an inch, you hem this round sleeve, hem it with half an inch. Okay, then hem it again, making 1 inch. Okay, but mine I've overlocked it, so I will just hem it in with half an inch. Same thing the other side. Then after that, I will join the side seam. 1 inch. Then when I get to where the pocket is, I will stop. Then measure down 7 inches. From there, I will take it down 1 inch again. Same thing the other side. Then when I'm done, I will take the pocket. This is it. Remember the pocket, I cut out 4 pieces, 2 on each side of the dress. So this is it. I've also tidied it up due to the nature of the fabric. So right side facing each other, that's what I did. After joining the side seam, then I will place it. Look at it. This part is longer while this part is shorter. Okay, so the longer part we come up. Okay, this is how it's going to look. So right side facing each other and stitch it. Same thing this side. So when you are done, you follow the 1 inch allowance where you stop. You take it just to stitch up this part and take it round to this part, then complete it. Then when I'm done, I will use my bias binding to tighten up the neckline. Then hem the down part with 1 inch like this. So I'll go and do that right away. Look of the dress looking beautiful. And for the circles, the measurement I used, the first one, that is after placing it into 4 equal parts, I measured down from the folded edge 3 inches. Then I added half an inch to it, making 3.5. The middle one is 2 inches plus half an inch, making 2.5. While the little one is 1.5 inches plus half an inch, making 2 inches. So 3.5, 2.5, 2 inches. The neckline, no zipper. The sleeve, the pocket, the back, inside. That's all about it, guys. Thank you for watching. I want to say a massive thank you for watching this video to the end. Thank you so much, and I hope the video has been helpful. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you regarding this tutorial. See your like, let me know in the comment section below, okay? More so, don't forget to like it, share it. In case you haven't joined this great family, kindly do so by pressing on the red subscribe button down below. And don't forget to turn on your notification bell as well, because this will notify you whenever I upload new video. Thank you so much. I love you all. I will see you in my next video. Bye.